So today we are going to discuss about current control loop in electromechanical actuation system. So why current loop is required is so here you are getting voltage here, and this one is power amplifier block, and after that your back EMF is coming here and armature coil is here and IM will be here. And if you are having any non-linearities in the power amplifier circuit, this one is the control voltage. So control voltage is applied here, and this amplifier having some non-linear functions, it will affect the IM. So the torque is directly proportional to IM. Torque is equal to KT multiplied by IM will be the torque. So you are only measuring output either theta or omega m. If the velocity control is there, you will be measuring the omega m, and position also you are measuring. So this IM is changing due to the non-linear element here. It will affect the torque. So that is why you are using a current control loop. Actually, current control loop is you are putting a series resistance here and measuring the current. So the current is directly proportional to the current is flowing, that will be measured as a voltage. So a small resistor, put it in series with the armature coil, and that voltage is taking, and that voltage is comparing with the control voltage here. So this is called a current control loop. So a small series resistor in series with the armature coil, that will measure the voltage, current in terms of voltage, and that will be comparing here, and a high gain forward gain factor is added to the system, and it will act as a loop. So that is here.
UC is the voltage.
This is the control voltage.
It is UC only.
Yeah, you see. So a high gain current control loop is used in the armature control DC motor to linearize the power amplifier and the non-linearities with the power amplifier saturation blocks, to limit the voltage source and to eliminate the armature coil inductive effect. So these cases maintaining, we are using a current loop. So current loop advantage is this one. It will, that non-linearity is present in the power amplifier and the saturation limits and armature coil inductance effect can be neglected. That is a high feedback loop gain. Kf into Kc will reject the external electrical disturbance like power supply voltage fluctuations. This high gain loop is using. The drawback of the system is you are having a EB feedback here. So back EMF is the natural feedback for a DC motor. This will add some damping to the system, and if you are adding some current loop gain here, the back EMF effect, that is the damping loss and compensated this velocity feedback, these effects are going. So you have to particularly use a velocity feedback such a case you are using a current control loop. Otherwise, the back EMF inherent loop is that effect will be going if you are using a current control loop. So you have to use a velocity feedback in that case. So velocity feedback also doing just like the back EMF feedback, that velocity is feedbacking, that is regulating. So in the case of current control loop you are using, you have to use a tacho generator feedback, and the velocity should be feedback to the system. So this one is the modeling of current control loop. The saturation block is this one, and the armature coil and back EMF is here. You are adding a high gain amplifier here and a current sensor in series with the armature coil, and that voltage is feedbacking here, and this IM is the output, and here is the UC. You can take it as UC as input. This is the PI controller output voltage. This voltage is coming here. This is taken as control voltage UC. And this one is the saturation block. If it is having a non-linearity, it will be avoiding using this current loop. So this transformation of IM upon UC will be like this. This KF is the forward gain, and this loop gain is this one, and it can return as this. And you are taking out this omega C as this one, RA plus KF KC divided by LA, and you can write the equation as it is, KF upon RA plus KF KC multiplied by 1 plus S by omega C. This omega C is this one, and the bandwidth of the current control loop is this omega C. So this one is the inner loop. Now this one is the inner loop. So outside this is on velocity feedback will be there, and outer to that on position feedback will be there. That is, you are taking omega m and theta feedbacks outer to these loops. So this inner loop will have high bandwidth, and the outer loop it is going to outer loops. The bandwidth will be decreasing. Otherwise, this effect will not be there. Inside loop, you have to use a high bandwidth. Or if you are designing any controller, the inner loop will be higher bandwidth, and the outer loop will be that 5 to 10 times greater than that inner loop. Again, one more loop you are using, that should also 5 to 10 times greater than. The inner loop will be 5 to 10 times greater than the outer loops. That is the design procedure. If you are using some 5 Hz bandwidth is for the system is 5 Hz bandwidth, so you have to use minimum 5 times greater than that inner loop. That is, velocity feedback should be greater than 25 Hz, and this one is greater than that. That is 5 times greater than that. It should be using like that only. So the KF, where KC is equal to voltage divided by ampere of the armature current sensor, and KF will be a large gain for the forward path. So inner loop must be higher bandwidth than the outer loops. Otherwise, inner loop will be settled first and outer loop will be settled after that. It will affect the cross coupling of the outer loops. So inner loop will be higher bandwidth should be you have to use.
So, could you explain why it should have higher bandwidth? How does bandwidth affect the output?
Okay. So if you are having some system, so transfer function of the system, and this one is now suppose it is a current loop. And here some transfer function, and this is a velocity feedback, suppose. So this one is the inner loop. So this should have higher bandwidth. Higher bandwidth means it has to settle first. The bandwidth and this time is inversely proportional. Time is equal to 1 by. So this loop is affecting only if the time constant of this loop should be minimum. Otherwise, this loop is acting first. So the time constant of the outer loop is less. Then this loop is acting first. Then only this loop will be acting. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So otherwise, if the time constant of this loop is higher means, so it will be affecting after the completion of this loop only. So it don't have any effect on the system. So this bandwidth should be higher. This one should be minimum, like that. Outer loop something is there, that bandwidth is very less than this one. So according to so it should have higher bandwidth. Otherwise, that other system will not affect the system. This system is not at all using any purpose. So the current loop is using, if you are using some time constant lesser value outer loop, then this loop will not run. Outer loop only will be acting on it. So you have to choose such a way that the inner loop should be minimum 5 times greater than the outer loops. So this Im upon UC, you can write it like this. And under this high bandwidth condition, the bandwidth will be higher. So the system is using for a position control. That position control is of 5 Hz bandwidth. This inner loop will be settled first. And the dynamics acting on this outer loop, the theta dynamics is acting on these terms, you can neglect it. LA, and it should be Kf upon Ra plus Kf into Kc. And the gain here you are increasing with a high, this high gain, Kf should be high. Then this Kf multiplied by Kc will be very high. And this Ra is the armature resistance, that will be very much low for a motor. And this can be neglected, and this approximate value is equal to 1 by Kc will be there. So the Im to UC, that will be a simple gain of 1 by Kc for a high bandwidth conditions. So you can neglect the other dynamics in the loop. So if you are using a current loop with a high gain in the forward path, you can neglect the other paths, and this Im to UC will be 1 by Kc value will be there. So you are using a very large order of kilohertz, then the frequency of order 50 hertz, 50 kilohertz you have to use for simulation frequencies for the simulation of dynamic current control loop. So if you are earlier you are using 1 kilohertz for these simulations. So that is 1 by 1000 will be 0.001 is you are using for simulation of all other systems. Now you have to use the simulation frequencies of the order of 50 kilohertz. You are included a current loop. That is why you have to increase the simulation frequency 50 times. So hence the practical solution to treat the current loop as near static loop. So it can act as a static loop 1 by Kc, which can be simulated using these logical functions. The steps are like this: Im is equal to U by Kc, where U is the control signal voltage in the input current loop, and the saturation zone of the power amplifier you can derive as Ra into Im plus Kb into omega m. This modulus value is greater than Vs, then you have to use Im is equal to U by Kc, and the Im value is Vs into signum function of U multiplied by Kb into omega m divided by Ra. So this one is the saturation block.
Sir, this 50 kilohertz means we have to take 0.02 millisecond step, no? Very small.
That is kilohertz only.
Yeah, so we have to take the reciprocal of this
Yeah.
as a step.
1 by 50 kilohertz.
Okay.
That should be the simulation time.
It should not be the total simulation. It should be the step, no? Or it should be the total.
That you are running earlier 0.001 as simulation. That Rangakutta method now.
Yes, sir.
Fixed step and step size is that one. So now if you are including a current loop, you have to enter this one as 50 kilohertz. That is 0.00002. You have to use.
Okay.
So I think around 17 people you have to submit the assignment. If you are not submitting, then we can discuss the assignment portions. So why you are not submitted? Around some 15 people are not submitted. Anybody is here?
Sir, submission was through mail or through Moodle, because Moodle option is also available.
Yeah, Moodle you have to submit it. I think some 7 or 8 people submitted in mail also. So I take care of those things.
Okay, fine, sir.
So those who are submitted, the time scale also will be here. In the Moodle also the time scale will be there. Moodle, there are so many late submissions. And so many people are submitted in mail also. So those things we take care of it according to the time. So today somebody submitted, those people we will take care of it. Okay. So those who are not submitted, they can submit up to tomorrow. After that we will fix the grade. Others will be getting 0. So yesterday was last day for submission. After that somebody is submitting, those late submission mark will be reduced. So one more assignment, I think it is coming on this Friday. This current loop and last integrator, limiting that integrator.
Sir,
Those
how many more lab sessions are left?
for this electromechanical system
Yes.
on 2 lab session will be there maximum, and hydraulic on 2. Electro-hydraulic, I think 5 are there.
5 lab sessions.
Yeah. In that, I think 2 day will be lecture, and on 3 day will be lab sessions. So 5 plus 2, 7 lab session will be there. In between, some quizzes might be conducted online for practicing your final exam. So Sar is having some health issues. So this Friday, like this only, we will take care. Yeah, one more assignment will be there. After that, we will start the electro-hydraulic model.
Okay, sir.
So here, this MATLAB code we will discuss later. Friday we can discuss. Some people are not submitted. So that logic was very simple. So many of you are done very nicely. So many of them are, I think, copy of others. So those who are not submitted the codes, they have to send through email.
Sir, do we have to send the code
Yeah, you
file
are
also?
not. Yeah, code file you have to. If you are not submitted in Moodle, you have to send by email only.
Okay, sir. Because I put the code in the report only. I did not put it separate.
Yeah, code in the report. In the report also. No, a report I have to simulate it means it will take. I have to copy from there and
Yeah, if you are simulating it, then we should be sending it separately.
yeah, you
So,
have to send it separately
sir, if it
because
is
that
possible, can we put it on Moodle only? Like we can add the submission. We can add another zip file there.
there you are submitting now that it will create late by some minutes. One
Okay,
day
okay.
like that it will
Yeah, then
show.
we can mail you. Yeah.
Yeah, that you mail me, that will be better.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, some confusion might be happened in Moodle and here.
Okay, sir.
Any other doubts? Those who are not submitted, they can submit up to Wednesday. After that, if we are submitting up to Wednesday, also we will reduce some marks because submission was on Sunday night. So after that, we will not take anything. We will validate from Wednesday onwards. So if you don't have any doubts, we can stop today's lab session here. Friday we can continue with this one in the morning session, and afternoon that lab session we can start, and all the
Sir,
your
in the saturated zone, in the denominator of Im, shouldn't there be Ra plus La into S? No, sir, in that slide only. Fifth slide.
this one this LA into S, you are using a higher bandwidth. No higher bandwidth, this inductor effect will be settling. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this inductor is acting if you are having a DC to the system, the inductor effect will be 0.
Yes, sir.
If you are using a inductor in the DC system, the transient response only it will affect. The transient will be settling in the higher bandwidth. So it can be neglected. And this transfer function will be remains this. And the Ri is neglecting because this value is very high. This value is very high means that multiplication also will be very high. Ri is order of 8.6 only. So this total you are taking, it is approximated to Kf. This value will be very less. So it can be neglected to, and you can approximate it to this Kf value. This will be very high. And this Ri will be 8.6. And this one will be almost equal to Kf into Kc. And the approximated value will be 1 by Kc only. So you can have this transfer function as a simple gain. The advantage is the linearity, non-linear element present in the power amplifier, and power amplifier having some other issues, the like hysteresis or something. Everything will be taken care of by this current loop, and you will get a gain factor only in the transfer function. So the transfer function will be only a gain factor, and that gain factor, if you are adding that back EMF will be going, so you have to use a velocity feedback. So velocity feedback with current control loop, that will be a stable system. And this kind of system, this current control loop is using for robotics control system because it is very precious, and the overall effect will be very less. Disturbance, overall disturbance effect and other things will be very less, and you will get a smooth control effect. So this kind of current loop control is using in robotic system. So up to this we can conclude here. We can, I think Friday afternoon we can discuss this MATLAB code. Yeah. And yeah, all of you attend on Friday also. These 57 people. So others, please submit your assignment because this is a online course. Assignments contains marks. Reports carries few marks, and exam, only one exam is there. So that you have to take care of other things. So we
Sir,
can.
what would be the weightage of examination?
Yeah, that I think Samsar will tell you afterwards.
Okay,
You
sir.
can ask.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Earlier, last time the lab session, only the reports and the class performance only taken. This time we will conduct on exam also, that through online mode. So that exam also having some weightage, and these assignments and reports having weightage.